instructions on that or any subject. There was so much Skye didn't understand about her mother. Maren rose and went inside to the living room. Her eyes took in the books, trophies, and pictures that crowded the shelves. They were all there, the Demarest women, layered over one another like a fossil record. Even Annie. Her daughter might have abandoned this house, but Four Winds had not returned the favor. She was everywhere. Her name next to Charlie's on the Stiniford Cup trophy, her face in photographs, her soul in paintings and drawings. And she lived on in Skye, too. Maren smiled at the memory of Oliver's reaction all those years before, when Annie told them she had decided to have a baby.
Ah, artificial insemination.
Oliver had nodded in his doctorly way, as if she had told him she planned to try a new heartburn medication.
What an interesting idea. Do clinics provide this service to single women?
I think so. I'm still looking into it, Annie had said breezily. If not, Flora said she would pretend she's my lover. How Oliver had not fallen out of his chair at that moment, Maren would never know. But of course, he was careful with Annie after everything that happened. They promised to love Skye, to do all they could to help raise her. They hadn't realized what they were signing up for, but it never mattered. From the first moment they were so beguiled by the little redhead, they would have cheerfully laid down their lives for her. Still, Skye saw Haven Point as her mother had. Beautiful on the surface, petty and snobbish underneath. Maren understood. She had once felt the same way. It was only in the worst moment of her life that she realized what she'd missed. Just as the big storms wiped out Haven Point Road, exposing the bedrock beneath, it had taken grief and pain washing everything away for Maren to finally see the community's sturdy foundation, its titanic heart. Maren recalled a maxim Annie used to share with her art students at the start of each semester. Everything depends on the quality and direction of light. It was only in the last year that Annie had finally applied this lesson to her own life, that she relinquished the story she had clung to for so long about what had happened here and who was responsible. By then, it had been too late. But it was not too late for Skye. Chapter 1. August 1994, Washington, D.C. Skye. Skye Demarest had 10 minutes to decide whether to lie to her best friend. Skye didn't like to lie, but if the choice was between honest and normal, she was obviously going to pick normal every time. As far as she was concerned, that was just survival. The trick was knowing what qualified as normal. In Skye's experience, the definition was pretty slippery. When she was little, it was so much easier. Back then, Skye didn't have to lie because she thought she was just like every other kid. That lasted until the summer after first grade, when Gretchen Hathaway clued her in. Skye and Gretchen were both attending the little day camp at the community center. One day, Gran showed up at the edge of the playground and called Skye over. "Hi, love. Your mom needs to go away for a bit, so I'm taking you up to Haven Point with me this afternoon. I've let the camp director know." Skye had looked away and tried not to cry. "You need to get your things," Gran said kindly. "I've packed your suitcase already." Gretchen had followed Skye into the building. She told the counselor she was going to help her friend, but she just stood there and watched as Skye shoved things into her backpack. "Where are you going?" Gretchen asked. "Up to Maine with my grandmother," Skye said. "Why do you have to go all of a sudden?" She felt a nervous bubble in her stomach. This was not the first time Gran had showed up out of the blue and taken Skye somewhere. She just hadn't thought to question it before. When she saw the "this is weird" look on Gretchen's face, though, it hit her. It was weird. Normal people know about vacations ahead of time. They talk about them.